Well, let me preface it by saying how we spent a year getting to know each other and delving into their values and principles before we made an alliance agreement. And an alliance agreement is an operating, if you will, agreement that says how we can operate. And it's basically, I like to think of it as a prenup, because if one or the other decided to do something that was so outrageous to the other that they could walk away with no harm, no foul, and separate and go their ways. So that's an alliance agreement versus a merger or something like that. And having had the opportunity now since we've joined forces to spend time alone with Andrew Yang and with him in public events, very close and involved, I have to say, the man that I have gotten to know, I deeply respect and admire and think he's one of the most genuine people I've had the pleasure of meeting. And I have some wonderful people to company of, but I really have grown to admire him. I've watched him from 10 feet away, listened to hundreds, and I've stood there at an event at USC, for example, and offered to take the pictures up for these students, and some of them had some real personal issues that they would ask him questions about, and he would not just listen, but compassionately offer them a suggestion, and in at least a half a dozen cases offered them his personal email and said, send me an email, I'll be glad to help. And this is not in the limelight of anybody, but that's the kind of person I've grown to see who he is. And Christine Todd Whitman, who was totally different person. I've had the opportunity to sit next to her and share a dinner with her. And I've had a few minutes of private conversation, not nearly like with Andrew, but I can see through her and in those times a real deep commitment to this. And the other leadership, Lindsay and the others that are in leadership roles, I've had the opportunity to spend time with, and I'm really impressed and know that we're really in sync and alignment there in our goals and objectives. So I wanted to preface it by saying how grateful I am for that. Now, the organization, what they're focused on is, and right now successfully, we have organizations off the ground forward in 44 other states that are under the Forward brand. We're the only, quote, alliance party because we had 30,000 members. We had an organization already being built and established here. And the Secretary of State would never give us acknowledgement that if we were to change our name, not even to Forward or anything, but that we wanted to change our name, that they would allow us to do so and be able to recognize our membership under a new name. So we weren't going to give them the opportunity to discount our 30,802, I think it was, members that they'd announced the Secretary of State in January of 2022. So bottom line, we went the alliance agreement way, and that's fine. So we share resources. They have, Andrew and the entire Forward organization has said, everybody in California that has been a part of Forward, want you to register with the Common Sense Party and throw 100% of your support behind them. They are our California representative. In the other 44 states, there's organizations, 6 that are in the final stages of getting state recognition. We believe by the end of 2023, we should have 20 plus states where we're officially recognized as a minor party with ballot lines there. The goal there is to build the infrastructure of a national party. We have no intentions, and there's been signed documents from Andrew and others that we're going to run anybody on the presidential ballot line, but we will have ballot lines in at least 20 plus states that will be blank at this point and available if independent type candidates come forward. But we're working together operationally with all of their people and resources and ours combined, even though we're 2 distinct separate organizations working under an alliance agreement, an operating agreement.